Here is a noticeable red day for one of the more interesting and controversial mental health biotech names in June 2026. Compass Pathways just dropped over 2.5% today, losing about 38 cents. The stock is now trading around $14.69. After swings on clinical trial news and psychedelic therapy developments, this kind of pullback has some investors wondering if the mental health innovation story is losing steam or if this is just normal volatility for a clinical stage biotech. Welcome back to the channel everyone, it's June 2026 and today we're doing a full detailed deep dive on Compass Pathways PLC, ticker CMPS. Right now the stock is trading around $14.69 after falling roughly 2.52% today. That's about 38 cents lower in one session. These kinds of moves are common in biotech names with big pipeline potential but heavy execution risk. Four major threats we're unpacking in this longer video. Their focus on COMP360 psilocybin therapy for treatment-resistant depression and other mental health conditions. The unique psychedelic-assisted therapy model that combines a single dose with psychological support. The classic biotech challenges of cash burn dilution and the long regulatory path to approval. And 1-200 IQ angle on how Compis is trying to build a new paradigm in mental health treatment that goes beyond daily pills to potentially transformative experiences. If you like these honest, no-hype breakdowns on biotech and mental health innovation stocks, smash the like button right now, subscribe and drop your honest thoughts in the comments. Did you buy this dip in CMP seeing the long-term pipeline potential, or are you staying cautious on the cash needs, bull or bear after today's move? Let me know below, let's get into it. Stay with me through the entire video because toward the end I'm going to share a perspective on Compass Pathways approach that most people aren't framing correctly, one that explains why their psilocybin therapy model could have more staying power than the daily price action suggests. First, let's understand what Compass Pathways actually does in mid-2026. This is a clinical stage biotechnology company developing investigational therapies based on psilocybin for serious mental health conditions, particularly treatment-resistant depression. Their COMP360 program combines a single controlled dose of psilocybin with psychological support from trained therapists, aiming for rapid and durable improvements in patients who haven't responded to traditional antidepressants. Today's drop likely reflects normal profit-taking, broader biotech rotation, or some digestion after any recent pipeline updates. Volume was decent, showing continued interest in the name. Now here's the real 200 IQ read most people are missing. Traditional mental health treatments often involve daily pills with modest efficacy and significant side effects. Compass is pursuing a completely different model, a limited number of guided psychedelic experiences that can produce rapid lasting changes in brain patterns and perspective. If successful, this could shift mental health care from chronic symptom management to potentially transformative treatment, a paradigm shift with huge implications for patients, payers, and the entire industry. The 2026 picture shows a company deep in late-stage clinical development. Revenue is minimal as they focus on trials with significant cash burn typical for a biotech at this stage. We'll see this as early innings of a potential breakthrough in mental health. Bears highlight the regulatory hurdles for psychedelic medicines, high cash needs, and the difficulty of scaling a therapy model that requires trained therapists. Let's talk numbers simply and honestly. Market cap sits in a range that reflects big expectations for their platform but also the clinical risks. Cash reserves provide runway for key milestones, though they've raised capital leading to dilution. The key things to watch are clinical trial readouts, especially phase 3 data, regulatory updates, partnership announcements, and cash position. In biotech, data catalysts often matter more than quarterly earnings. Here's something a lot of retail traders underestimate with a stock like CMPS. The shareholder base includes specialized biotech and mental health investors, plus momentum players who rotate on clinical news. This creates sharp volatility. Positive trial results can drive big rallies, while delays or mixed data lead to pullbacks like today. Volume spikes on catalysts showing genuine but selective interest. The chart has been volatile with moves tied to clinical news. Today's drop test showed a term support around $14 to $14.50. Resistance sits higher at recent swing highs near $16 to $18. In a name like this, technicals take a backseat to clinical data, regulatory updates, and overall biotech sentiment. Next catalysts include any upcoming trial results or partnership news. Now the deeper insight I promised you, and this is the reframe that matters. While many view psychedelic medicines as fringe or recreational, very few are talking about the potential to create a new treatment paradigm for mental health. Compass is pioneering a model where a limited number of carefully guided experiences combined with therapy can produce rapid and durable benefits. If the data continues to support this, it could address the massive unmet need in treatment-resistant depression and other conditions where current options are inadequate. This isn't just another pill, it's a fundamentally different way to approach mental health care. The central debate right now is as heated as ever. Is today's 2.52% drop a buying opportunity with real mental health innovation potential, or too risky given the clinical and regulatory uncertainties? Positive phase 3 data, successful regulatory interactions, strategic partnerships, and the stock re-rates dramatically higher as investors price in the platform's long-term value in mental health. Bear case clinical setbacks, delays in approval, cash needs force more dilution, or broader biotech sentiment cools. The stock could drift lower as risk aversion increases. The deepest risks include high clinical and regulatory risk typical of biotech, cash burn and dilution, challenges in scaling a therapy model that requires specialized therapies, and overall volatility in the sector. But the irony here is compelling. A company pursuing a novel approach to one of society's biggest health challenges is navigating the classic biotech journey of capital and timelines at a moment when mental health innovation is desperately needed. Bull scenario: strong clinical data, positive regulatory progress, improved cash position, and renewed biotech sentiment drive the stock meaningfully higher. Bear scenario: disappointing data, higher cash needs, or sector rotation cause the stock to test lower levels. Short term, expect continued volatility around clinical news, financing updates, and broader biotech sentiment. Long term, Compass Pathways PLC's success depends on advancing their CMPS 360 program while managing the capital-intensive journey. This remains a high-risk, high-reward bet on the future of mental health treatment. This is not financial advice, just my detailed analysis and open discussion. Always do your own thorough research and never risk money you can't afford to lose, especially with volatile clinical stage biotech stocks that can swing dramatically on data and news. So tell me honestly in the comments, after today's 2.52% drop, are you bullish on Compass Pathways and the psilocybin therapy approach, or concerned about the risks and timelines? Drop your bull or bear thoughts below. If you want more biotech and mental health innovation stock breakdowns, smash the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Trial and regulatory news can move this name fast, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.